What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Joe and this is Heart and Hustle Printing. Alright, so if you know or if you don't know and you're here for the first time, my channel is dedicated to helping out those that are starting out or those of you that are looking to start out. So if you fall into one of those categories, this is the perfect channel for you. Alright, so if you're here for the first time and you want to know a little background about me and what I'm doing, I started doing this about 3 years ago, and in 3 short years, I've opened up 2 different stores. So if you don't know, I am the owner of the vinyl stand. I'm going to show you a little clip of what we got inside the vinyl stand. Then here is the vinyl stand, so let's go look at the inside. So here's the other store. I sell vinyl just like this. So if you guys are interested in any of this vinyl to make your own t-shirts, go to thevinylstand.com. There'll be a link down below. And then all of our sublimation stuff, sublimation tumblers if you guys need them, shot glasses. There's some of the samples, license plates, mouse pads, slates, the 100% polyester shirts with the cotton fill, sublimation blankets, bags, 651. If you guys need 651, we do carry that also. And then I also carry specialty material, printed vinyl, printed sticker vinyl. Then if you're into epoxy, we do sell molds, alcohol inks, printable permanent adhesive vinyl. We do sell that if you guys are into making your own stickers. We do have the gloss UV laminate and the matte UV laminate. Sublimation paper, we have it 11 by 17 and the 8.5 by 11. If you need that, we do carry that too. Then again, like I said, all of our Gimme 5 vinyl can be found on the website. And then any of our specialty material HTV can also be found on the website at thevinylstand.com. For those of you who like to make tumblers with glitter, we do carry the Glitter Guys glitter here in our store. So if you guys need this, it's all on the website. After I bought the vinyl stand, I came across a lot of opportunities to open up a print shop, and that's what I have done since then. So this is what my print shop looks like. Here's my Anatol equipment for screen printing. My Anatol conveyor dryer for drying or curing the screen printed prints when they come out. Here's the part of the shop where we do embroidery. I have the Ricoma MT 1501. If you guys are interested in one of these, there's a link down below in the description. Save you up to $250 by clicking that link on one of these. Here's my 16 by 20 auto open heat press. If you guys have been following me from the beginning, this is the first press that I ever bought, and it's still going. My Vinyl Express QE6000, which is the same thing as the Graphtec. The convection oven that I just picked up to do sublimation tumblers. So that's what we're using to do that. If you guys are interested in one of these, the link is down below also. There's my Canon Pixma 6820 that I use to print my films for screen printing. Alright, so here's my sublimation printer. I use a true sublimation printer that is dedicated for sublimation only. If you guys are interested in one of these, there'll be a link down below for Heat Transfer Warehouse to where you guys can pick one of these up. Alright, so if you're just starting out and you are getting overwhelmed with a really big order, it's not something that you think you can handle, give us a call. You can outsource this to us. I have done that for a lot of people Since I've opened up this print shop, a lot of people that follow me on Instagram and on YouTube have reached out to me like, hey, I got this job and I cannot handle it. What kind of price can you give me so I can still make money on my end? So that's what it's all about. Me helping you, you helping me. So if you ever got a job, like I said, and you need help, let me know. All right, so as we know, 2020 was crazy with COVID-19. And a lot of people that were working from home, sadly, a lot of people lost their jobs, were looking and watching YouTube videos and seeing what they could do to make extra income for themselves or their family. And a lot of people that I've noticed in this last year have turned to buying cutters like this right here. All right, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna take it back to the basics. We're gonna be doing some gender reveal shirts, right? We're gonna be doing white, pink, and blue. So we're gonna be, for the pink, we're using our fluorescent pink. We're using our Gimme 5 white and our Gimme 5 blue. We're gonna be layering 2 colors on top of each other. We're gonna do a white on the bottom, and then we're gonna do the pink, and then we're gonna do the blue on top of that, right? So I'm not gonna take you through the whole process of creating this image right here, but if you guys are interested in this image, I will add it to my website, and you guys can go over there and you can buy it there. So if you are a subscriber that's been watching me for a while, you guys know that whenever I do this, I like to jump into the screen. I like to jump in there. I wanna show you guys exactly what I'm doing so I don't leave out anything for you. I don't have time for that today because the customer is going to be here to pick these up. This was a last minute order. They came in yesterday and we were closing, so we went home, we created this image for them, and then I was like, I'm gonna come back today and I'm gonna print it so I can get it to them, right? So for that reason, I'm not gonna jump into the screen, right? So one of the biggest questions that I get a lot, and I don't blame you, what side do you cut? Let me show you, right? So if you look at the vinyl, there's a glossy side right here. If I flip this over, it looks glossy. It's just because of the lights that I got on, but this is a matte side. You can see the difference in it whenever I do this right here. So this is the glossy side, which is also known as the carrier side, and this right here is the vinyl side, the side that you're going to be cutting. Whenever you cut a design, it does not cut the edge of your vinyl, right? Whenever you start an image, your cutter, your plotter, whatever you're using, usually moves up and then it starts cutting over here, right? Or it's cutting over here. It's never gonna cut just the edge right here. So what you can do is, if you are unsure, take your weeding tool, right? Just like this right here. Pick at it. If you're trying to pick at it and you cannot pick the vinyl, that means you have the carrier side. The carrier side is what you are messing with. So if you come to the back side where the vinyl is actually at, you'll see whenever I do this that it will go into the vinyl and lift it up. So take it by the edge. You can see how it got underneath the vinyl, and you're able to peel it up. Hopefully you can see that just like that, right? I'll zoom in so you can see that process. So that's how you're going to know the difference between the carrier sheet and the vinyl sheet, right? Carrier and vinyl, right? And then when you're done, just lay it back down. The carrier is sticky. The carrier is sticky. This stuff is sticking to the carrier, so you can always lay it back down and get it back into place without having to worry about it, right? Like I said, your plotter is going to move up and cut somewhere over here, all right? So now that I told you guys that, the next thing I want to show you is we're not going to jump into the computer, but what we're going to do is I'm going to show you this image that I'm going to be cutting. All right, so here we are. Hopefully, whenever we're doing this, the screen doesn't have lines in it. You know how you take a picture of a screen, it usually has a bunch of lines in it. So I'm hoping it doesn't do that for you guys. All right, so here's the image that we're going to be doing. If you look at what I did here, I put a contour cut around pink, the feet, and the blue. All right, so this is what the customer came in and gave me. This is what they wanted. They're like, this is exactly what I want, right? So I was like, do you mind if I take a picture of that? So you can see with my phone, I took a picture of his phone so that I could try my best to recreate this logo or this image. And I think if you look at both of them, it's pretty close. So if you look at the black here, I put it black because if I put it white, watch what's gonna happen. Here we are right here. If I click this, I come down here to the bottom and I click white, it's gonna make it white, and then you're not even gonna be able to see it. So I change everything that's gonna be white to black so that I know that stuff is going to be black. Okay, so that's how I did it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a picture up. Right, with this picture, I just want you to, I wanted you to be able to see what I'm talking about when I talk about it, so I don't confuse you. I hope that didn't confuse you. Right, so if you look at the image, we got a white background over the pink, over the blue, and over the feet, and over each individual star. I didn't do these stars yet because I'm going to show you how I do it, right? So if you look, we got a black outline here, a black outline here. This whole foot has a black outline with the star outlined also, and this also. All right, so everything that I put in black, I'm going to use white vinyl. You're like, if you're just starting out, you're like, well, how are you going to do that? Because you put it black. All right, so these machines right here, they don't know colors. All they know is whatever you send, right? So for the Cricut, for the Graphtec, whatever color you're using, it doesn't matter what color you make your image, because whatever color you put in that machine is what it's gonna cut. So with that image, if I went in there and I put some glitter vinyl like this inside of there and I press send, it's gonna cut this regardless. It's not gonna say, hey, you said white, you're cutting glitter. It doesn't know that. So keep that in mind whenever you're doing something like this, right? I could come in here and change everything that is black to white like this, right? And then I could come down here to the bottom and grab my black and drag it over here and drop it. That's what my shirt's gonna look like. But what we're not seeing here now is our white background. So that's why I don't do this. I don't put a black background because then I lose my contour cuts that I'm putting on the pink, blue, and on the feet. All right, so I'm gonna Control Z this and Control Z. Control Z, if you don't know, is undo. Shortcut for undo. All right, so we're there. We got this. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna show you how I do a contour cut. All right, so we're gonna come in here to this star right here. All right, so once I do that, I'm gonna come up here to effect. All right, so we're gonna come in here, we're gonna click this star right here, and I'm gonna come up here to effects. And then I'm gonna come down here to contour cut. But if you look at my program, I got contour cut and I have outline. I don't like to use the outline because all it does is outline what you are gonna cut. And then what's gonna happen is whenever you go to press your image, the star is gonna shrink, the outline is gonna shrink, and you're gonna have a gap in between the star and the white, and you're gonna see the black t-shirt. So I do contour cut, right? So I use the contour cut, right? I'll show you, I'm gonna do all of this in contour, and then I'm gonna do one of these stars with an outline so I can show you the difference in both, right? Just so that you'll know. All right, so we're gonna come here with contour cut. Whenever we're ready, we hit OK or enter, whatever you got on your computer. And now you see we have a contour cut or what looks like an outline around our star, all right? So I'm gonna come up here to this one. I'm gonna do the same process to this one. Once I get up here, I click it, click my star, come to effects, come to contour, and then if you look over here where this is at, you have a handlebar on here. With this handlebar, you can make your contour cut bigger, you can make it smaller, however you want to do it, right? Whatever size you want to do is what you want to do, right? So do what you think looks best for the design that you are doing, okay? So we're going to do that. Once we get it where we want it, we hit the check mark. Then we're going to come here to the next one. We're going to do the same thing, effect, contour cut, and then we're going to leave it as is and just apply it. So here is the actual one that I made. I'm going to click this one. I'm going to come back up here, outline. I'm going to leave it just like that. And here's where I was telling you, if you can see that it's yellow, you could change this to whatever color you want. But remember, I told you I was doing all the black is going to cut white. So I want to add this in there to cut white. So we're good. Hit OK, and we're good. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get ready to send this over to our plotter. All right, so you're gonna see this thing change from daddy to mommy if you notice that. Here is the daddy one that I just was talking about. I went ahead, I did the whole process, and then my SIM card crashed. So that whole process was over with. So we're gonna start right where we left off. This thing is ready to go. All right, so I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna hit the little plotter. When I do that, it's gonna bring this up. I'm gonna hit this one. Here's what we're gonna be cutting, right? So this, our black, our pink, and our blue. That's what I like about this program. Automatically separates my colors for me. Okay, so again, we're gonna start with the biggest one. We're gonna go with our white. Right, so if you look at this box right here, it's got a box around there. What that is called, if I bring you over here, it's called a weed border. And I'm gonna show you exactly what that will do. Right, so we're gonna go ahead, go to the cutter, set this. All right, so with this cutter, I'm able to put the whole roll on these spindles right here. Right, so I can do that, put the whole roll on there. And then what I'm going to do is, this machine here can cut 15 inches all the way up to 24, I believe it is, up to 24 inches. So we're going to be cutting 15 inches. This is set for 12. We're going to bring this pinch roller over here, and we're going to move this one out a little bit. So we're going to slide our image over and bring it straight through. I don't know why it's grinding like that. All right, so we're going to line up our vinyl. Once we get it, we're going to lock our vinyl in place with the lever. All right, so once we get our vinyl in place, what we're going to do is we're going to select front edge. So we're going to tap number 1, and it's going to do this. It's going to measure the vinyl from the left to the right, and then it's going to take it to the edge of the vinyl right there. So this cutter has sensors down in here to where it will bring it forward and it'll stop it right there. So for this Gimme 5 vinyl, we're using a speed of 15 and a force of 13. Right? So you guys can set this up. You could change with this. You could do so many different settings for different vinyl through here. But for the Gimme 5 vinyl, speed of 15, force of 13 if you're using the Graphtec, or you're using the Vinyl Express QE6000 like I'm using right now. All right, so before we send this image to the cutter, you have to remember the most important part. A lot of people forget this. You have to mirror or flip your image. So with this program right here, I can simply come down here to where this F is at. Once I find that F and I hover over it, it's gonna say mirror right there, right? So all you have to do is simply click that. Whenever I click that, watch what my image does. You saw that it flipped or it mirrored. So now you're good to cut for HTV, okay? If you're doing a sticker, you don't flip it. HTV for a t-shirt, you flip it, and I'll show you why. Let's go ahead and send this to the cutter. All right, so as you can hear, this is a servo motor. With the servo motor, you don't have those loud grinding noises like you do with a stepper motor. That's the difference between the two. So if you're looking for a really good, high quality vinyl cutter, make sure that it has a servo motor, not a stepper motor. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna cut all these pieces. Once we get all these pieces cut, we're gonna weed them all at one time. I'm gonna show you how easy this Gimme 5 is to weed. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this to the front of the top of that weed border. And once I get to the top of the weed border, so what I'm gonna do now that I got it there is there's a line right here. You can see this line right here. And what I do with that is I take a cutter like this, a razor blade, and slice it right across so I keep a nice straight edge. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in our blue. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm gonna bring the blue in. Once I got it in place, lock it back in, hit number 1 for the front edge. Let it do its measurement. And the good thing about it when it does that is it actually tells you how much you have. So this is a 15-inch piece of vinyl, and after it did that, it told me that I had 14.7 inches to work with. So that's when you want to make sure that your image isn't bigger than 14.7 inches. And this one's not. It's only like 10 inches. So we are good to go ahead and send this over. All right, so very easy. To send the next image over, all we're going to do is come right here to the blue, click the blue. Once we click it, we're going to hit send, and it will start cutting. Right, so this one is done. We're gonna simply roll it out again to the edge. Once I get to the edge, slice it right across this side. Now for the pink, since it's a scrap piece, whenever it does its measurement, it has sensors. So it can only go so far back and it can only go so far forward. It's gonna come off the roller. So to prevent that, I use this so I can get the maximum of this pink right here, right? What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna stick this in here. And if we look, I have a 15-inch piece of vinyl on a 12-inch mat. So how do I fix that? That's the good thing about this cutter, right? So I can simply move this one over, back to this pinch roller, move this one over, and now I can get the whole piece right where I need it, right? So now I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna slide this in here, and I'm gonna get ready to cut this. Right, so the thing about this is whenever you're using a mat like this, if you're using the Cricut, using the Cameo, it cuts from inside these lines, right? This one doesn't know this mat. So what I do is I put it to the edge, right? So I'm tricking it to make it think like this is a whole piece of vinyl. So when I'm ready, I hit number 1. It does its thing, lines it up. Alright, so now that it's at the edge, I click my pink color whenever cutting our image, and then I'm going to show you the weed box here in a second. Cutting our image, cutting our foot. There's our weed box. That's what it's doing right now, cutting us a nice square around our image. Release it. Take it out. Right, so here is our white. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our weeding tool and we are going to start to weed this, right? So we're going to start from the corner. You know, the way I did it, I told you guys that I made a weed box, and here is the weed box and how it makes it really easy to whenever you start to weed this, right? This is our Guinea 5 white right here. Look how easy this stuff weeds. I always go from left to right so that it will get inside the letters, that wherever the letters are at that are like an E and a C, stuff like that, it will easily weed out the E's like this, the V, whatever we're pulling, it should easily come right out. The one thing that it won't get, everybody knows, is the little cavities that are inside these individual letters. Got a nice weed block on there. We're not wasting any unneeded vinyl by doing that. And you see how easy this stuff here is to weed, right? Then, like I said, come back, get your cavities out of there. The O's, the R's, the U's, Team Blue. And we should be good. Oh, there's a couple down here. Knock these out. Mommy loves you. Alright, and then you can take your scissors if you want to save this. You can easily get something out of this. I have a bin. I save all my vinyl. I put it in a bin. So whenever I'm doing scrap pieces like we did with the pink, I could simply pull out something like this and reuse it. All right, so here is our pink right here. So this is, oh, there's one more. And the mommy. Okay, so there's our first piece, all right? So we're gonna lay this here. Now I'm going to bring over our blue. Okay, so now here I'm going to show you again another weed box with the cavities. You'll see whenever I start to pull this how easy it weeds. Here's our weed box again. As you see, left, so right way, right to left, right. Okay, I'm left-handed, so right, smooth the other way. Comes out. Here we go. This is where you have to come here with your weed tool and pull out stuff like that. But you want to do one smooth motion and then come back and do all this little cavity stuff. You do good. Good to go. Take my hand out of the way. So our star's gonna go, the white's gonna be under that. There's our toes, and then like I said, come back and weed out these little cavities in here. There's our blue. So there's our blue. Right, and then this little piece that you have that is sticking up like this, simply just pull it off and throw it away. So now we have our blue, and I'll show you the image whenever we get done here in a second. Right, so now we got our pink. Same thing with our pink. Got the majority of it out. Come back, get all your cavity pieces. The border here, and whatever else little pieces you have. So there's our image there. Let me show you how this is going to line up. I'm going to press the white. After we press the white, you can press either one that you want. Here's our blue. Falls right into place with our contour cut. See that? And then we're going to get our pink and we're going to do the exact same thing, right? And then here's our pink. We're going to line up our pink. We're going to put it where it's supposed to go, and then we're going to drop it into place. And this is how it's going to look. All right, so here we are. Simple. We're going to change this out. We come up to our fonts. We click our fonts. Come down here, we delete this. I like to keep one letter just so that the font doesn't try to change on me. So I can add an A there. And then I'm going to come and put G-R-A-N-D. Right? So there is our grandma, right? So it's a little bit bigger than I want, right? So I can bring it here. I can resize it. But it looks good. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to stick with that. And we're going to cut that. But I just wanted to show you how easy it is to change this image from daddy to mommy to grandma to little sister, big brother, cousin, aunt, whatever you want to do. You can simply change that to whatever you want to do. All right, so if you're watching this video and you're interested in this SVG file, check out the website heartandhustleprinting.com. Under SVGs, it will be there for you to purchase. All right, so here is the grandma shirt, 10 inches. I did the same size for the medium shirt. If you guys are wondering, here's the mommy shirt, 10 inches. All right, so here we are at the heat press. I like to use a lint roller to get any lint off so that there's nothing sticking out from underneath the print. So after I use my lint roller, what you want to do is you want to do a little pre-press. You do a little pre-press so that you can get any moisture out of the t-shirt, okay? Once we got that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to lay our image on here just like that. Rule of thumb, 3, 4 fingers underneath the collar, right? Same thing you could do here. If you don't know where the center of your image is, go put your image together, find the edge of the vinyl, right? Don't go by the edge of this because you can have one side that's an inch and one side that's half an inch, and then your image is going to come out crooked. Line up your image, put a crease in it. Once you got a crease in it like that, you can go ahead and bring it up here, stick it on your shirt wherever you want it, and put it into place. They do have a new jig out there that you can get. I'll put the link down in the description if you guys are interested in it. Or if you want to go old school, you can use the T-square. I don't use this anymore because I know where to place it. But you can use a T-square like this. It tells you 2-3 inches from there. If you look, we're right at 3 inches. So then you can move this up and down to where you want to put it. You can measure here to here. You're at 8.5. Over here, we're at 8.5. So we know our shirt is in the middle and we're good to go. So let's go ahead and press this. 285, 4 seconds. This is a hot peel vinyl, and you can just peel it right off. All right, so if you look at the image, this is the contour cut that we did. You see this? Everything is filled in. There's no gaps. You see piece of the star, pink, but you can't really make it out. It looks like an O. You know what I mean? Here's a star. Here's the word blue. So with the contour method, we simply just put this over where we're going to put it, line it up, get it nice, everything nice and even into place. Now whenever we press this, you're going to see, because we did this, we're not going to have no gaps in between any of this, right? Same thing, 285, 4 seconds. Right, same thing, it's a warm peel, so you can just go ahead and remove it right away. Right, so last but not least, looking good, right? We're going to go ahead and we're going to do our last piece. We're going to add some pink in here, right? So here's our pink piece. One of the foot, remember I told you this piece right here wasn't big enough, right? So we're going to go ahead, line up our pink, set that one in. Once we're good, 285, 4 seconds. Again, this one's a warm peel. We're going to go ahead and peel it right off. Right, and then for that piece that we did for the dad, I didn't show you guys. I had a little piece, a very little piece of this pink right here, so I had to cut this one separate. That's the good thing about using scraps, right? So I'm going to line this one up. This sticker is in the way. So our last one, we're going to put it into place, get it exactly how we want it. Once we get it, this sticker is in the way right here. So 285, 4 seconds, go. And that is it. Look at that. Looks good. I'm going to do it one more time. 285, 4 seconds, no Teflon, and we'll go with it. Alright, so the customer's on their way. I want to finish this off so I can finish this video, but if I don't get to show you all the shirts, it's because they were here and they picked them up. So let me try to speed through this so we can get it done. Alright, so there it is. We used the Gimme 5 fluorescent pink, the Gimme 5 blue, and the Gimme 5 white. So these came out good. There is the daddy, the mommy, the grandma. Alright, so that's it. We timed it just perfectly. As soon as I told you guys that I was going to bag them up, the customer was actually sitting right in the parking lot and walked in. So we bagged them up. They were happy with them, and good luck to them and their gender reveal today. Right, and then for those of you that stuck around for the whole process of this video, I appreciate you guys. If you're new to this channel or you're just watching this video, click that subscribe button. Click that subscribe button. Don't hurt you. After you click that subscribe button, make sure you click that bell to be notified whenever we put out more videos like this. And then immediately after this video, after I finish this, I'm going to start shooting a video on sublimation tumblers. We carry these at the vinyl stand. So if you guys need these, go over there and pick them up. I just ordered I think we ordered like 500 of these. So if you guys need them, go to the vinyl stand. We sell them for $8.50. $8.50. And here's what they come like. Here's how they come packaged. Like this. White sublimation tumbler with a cap. And I didn't bring the straw, but also a straw. Right, so immediately after this, I am going to be doing a video on this, a tutorial. All right, so if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe and click that bell so you're notified when this video comes out. All right, and then if you look back there towards the back, you see that back there? That is Sawgrass 800. I have the Sawgrass 800. I've been doing sublimation for about 2 years. So if you're interested, check out some of my past videos. I've done anything from flip-flops, bottle openers, keychains, you name it, I've done it. All right, so if you're interested in seeing how to do a white sublimation tumbler, we have the white and we have the chrome or the silver. All right, so we have both of them at our store. Whatever one you need, go pick it up. All right, so that's it. I always say, what good is knowledge if you're not willing to share it, right? Free knowledge here. I don't charge nobody. I don't write no books, anything like that. Teach you what I learned. I'm not a professional at this. I just like to show you the way I do it, right? So again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Stay safe, stay healthy, and until next time, keep pressing.